Hi everybody, it's your buddy Brad here, and today we are going to be exploring how to use height maps slash depth maps in JWildfire. So if you want, I'm not going to go into what exactly they are, other than they are used to add, you can add texture, you can create terrains type images. I'll include some links to Wikipedia. Uh, this one explains displace map. This one explains height map. So let's take a, but basically, like for height map, it is determined between a black and white range. Normally black being the bottom, white being on top. So, and then any other colors in between are at different heights between whatever you have the white and the black set at. There are a few variations that you can use the displacement maps on. Or I'm going to be using displacement map and height map interchangeably because they, to the most extent, they do the same thing. We have the color map. Color scale can be used with them. We have displace map. And also we have the post variations of those. Bump map, color scale, uh, uh, displace map, all can be used for kind of the same purpose, but just in different ways. So, and then some variations have it built in as well. For example, the object mesh primitives, they have color map and displace map. Color map is just flat. Displace map is what gives it texture. Also, Plot 2D uses the color map and displace map. I know I'm missing something here. What am I missing? And then also the Plot 2D, it uses color map, displace map. Also the Plot 3D uses color map and displace map, as well as the plane variation as well. When I use the plane, I like to set the axis at 0. So let's take a look to see what a displace map can do. I have one that I created in JWildfire. Let's see if I can find it here. Here it is. Now this is actually just a regular image. Here, I'll pull it up here. That it's basically a Sierpinski carpet, but I used a black and white gradient. I'm going to increase the brightness here some. And since we're working in 3D, I'm going to adjust the pitch, adjust the yaw. Now as you see, we're already getting a little bit of depth here from it. And all of the variations have this displace amount. So if we increase that, move it down some. Now if you take a look at the image again, see how I have it kind of rotated. This line here is this line here. And it actually shows up even better when you have 3D enabled. And I always like to increase light intensity to 1, shadow intensity to 1. Just the light. Do a quick render on that. As you can see, I'll pull up the image again here. So if this is the line here, you can see the black is deeper here and here, as well as here and here. So that is more towards the bottom. And this is still kind of grayish, so it's not totally flat, as you can see. Like here, it's not totally flat, so it has a little bit of gray to it. But also, I found a really nice tool. It's called the Normal Map Online. And you can actually use any image you want, and you can get a better idea of how it will look in JWildfire before you import it. And you can also tweak some of the displacement and also some of the ambient or specular maps as well. And you can also look at some of the links within Wikipedia. I should talk about what specular and ambient maps do as well. So I'm going to load my picture in here. And as you can see, this is a normal map. This is our displaced map. And it's, even though it's not quite the same, it made it a little bit darker. We can adjust the contrast. And this is a very useful. A lot of times, if an edge is too flat in JWildfire, it will actually be too sharp, and it's harder for JWildfire to render. So you might want to add a little bit of blur to it. And as you can see, it's kind of washing out some of the blacker areas. I'm sorry, it's washing out some of the lighter areas, not blacker areas. Or we can go the other way. You can just adjust some of these settings. And then you can actually download them all. I have a folder set up here. Then we can load them into JWildfire. Again, I'm on the plane variation. Go to where I have those saved. And to me, this is a lot more defined now. Do a quick render. Gives a little bit more of a depth, and shows off some more of the subtleties. Or you can actually just create one from, you can actually use this for any type of image. So I'm just going to load something here. I'm going to pick a random. See something that I might like. Oh, another technique I forgot to mention is, here, tell you what, let's just do this. To make that image, I use DC carpet. Set to 0.5. I set a gradient. I have some black and white gradients here. And of course, you don't have to have black and white gradients. It still picks up the colors. But for this example, or this tutorial, I think it shows up, works the best. So this is just an example. I'm going to do a screenshot here. And if you set it as subflame, I'm going to adjust the pitch, adjust the yaw. Then you can also hit color scale. Now, it doesn't, on some variations, it doesn't add the walls to it. I think if we were using, well, let's test it. If we make our own carpet, choose a gray gradient, randomize it, randomize color. Then screenshot that, set it as a subflame. Then go to the color scale Z. I know you probably can't see it here, but it says color scale Z. And nothing showing up, so we need to adjust the pitch and the yaw. No, it doesn't do what I was thinking it would do. I forget why. It has to do, it's actually picking up the color speeds, and so that's where it's getting the color information from, which doesn't work quite the same. So, tell you what, let's try this. I'm going to screenshot this random image. Also, another way you can fool it into doing it is go to Add Final, Add Post Color Scale, adjust pitch. I can adjust things here. Adjust pitch, adjust yaw. And if we increase post color scale, you can see it can also give us this is kind of bad because there's too many there's just too much going on in the image and it's all blurry. So, but what we can do, I'm going to erase the final, turn off 3D, reset everything, and I'm going to do a quick render on it. I'm only rendering at 500 by 500, so it shouldn't take too long. But like I say, you can use any type of, you can use any colors with it. I know I'm just playing around while this, while the other one renders. I'll be back in a second. Okay, I'm back now. We have our rendered image. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to the normal map online. Click on the image here, select it. And since we're getting a lot of waviness in here, I'm going to try to blur it down. We want some blur to it. Try to adjust the contrast. Now I'm going for darker and lighter areas. Actually, let's see what happens if I invert it. So that means that the darker areas are going to be lower than the wider areas. Let's see how that looks. I'm going to just download everything. Also, we can also see how what the ambient looks like. You can play with that. Actually, this might be good here. Yeah, let's go ahead and see how that looks. So I'm going to click all. It's going to open up and open each one. I'm just going to save, 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 save. Go back into JWildfire. I'm going to keep that image up here. Click on our color map, displace map. Click on the gear button to open it up. And first let's see how the displaced map looks. Actually, it doesn't look too bad. I kind of like it. Of course, we can add a color map to it. Let me find something with some color. And since we changed the color map, I actually kind of like that. I really like trying to make terrains in JWildfire. So you see this could be kind of like lowland, and then we can have some mountains up ahead. Or we can decrease it down. Gives us a different look. Do a quick render on that. That looks good. That looks really cool. I like that. Looks like it could be a canyon with maybe a river coming through it. And then, like I say, you could also, here I have a power plot set up. Let's see what happens if we change its displacement map. And you can actually use any image, but I'm going to, let's see what happens. I want to see what this ambient looks like on it. That's a little much, so let's go ahead and bring the displacement down. That's still a lot, so I'm not a fan of that, so let's go to the displacement map. Do a quick render on that. Yeah, that's kind of cool. And of course, you can also still have it in 2D, which looks cool. So, I hope I have given you some ideas on how to use height maps, depth map, or depth maps in JWildfire. If you have any questions, suggestions, just let me know in the comments below. And until next time, talk to you later. Bye.